On the Big 550 KTRS, John Deal is majority leader of the House. Sorry about that, State Representative John
Freudian.
Deal.
Freudian.
I was jumping the gun a little
Prediction.
bit, maybe. And then Jane Duker, former Chief of Staff of Governor Holden, and editorial page editor Tony Messenger. Tony, on your editorial pages, Julius Hunter wrote an op-ed piece about Larry Connors. These two sat next to each other for years on the Channel 4 desk.
Well, you know what's funny, and you know this, McGraw, I haven't lived in St. Louis for very long. And so I didn't live here when Julius Hunter was on TV. And plus, I tend to think most TV news is crap, so I don't watch it. But
he digresses.
Everybody's bringing it this morning.
So Julius Hunter calls me and says, "Hey, people have been asking me at the grocery store about this Larry Connors thing. I want to weigh in. Are you interested in an op-ed?" And I said, "I think so." And I go into Kevin Horrigan and Deb Peterson, and I said, "Who's Julius Hunter?"
Wow.
and they're like, "Yeah, we want to get that in the paper." So I call Mr. Hunter back and we talk, and he doesn't like Mr. Connors at all.
Clearly.
And we timed putting that piece online when Mr. Connors was hosting right-wing radio on another station. It went online while he was doing his new pretend radio career. And then it just it blew up, and people now realize that. I mean, if you looked at the facts, you knew that Larry Connors' discrimination claim and the whole thing was crap to begin with. But now we have a man who sat next to him professionally for a very long time saying, this guy's crazy.
I only wish they would have done it while they were working together. Now, that would have made for some good TV news.
Oh, absolutely.
Or reality TV.
Yeah. Jane, you have any thoughts on the Larry Connors, Julius Hunter feud?
Oh, yeah. No, I was actually glad that Julius Hunter came out and said, dude, you don't know discrimination. Sit in my seat for a minute. So I was kind of glad he said, put on your big girl pants and get over it. And so, I was supportive of it. Julius Hunter actually spoke at my high school graduation. I know how St. Louis I am, Tony. And I remember Julius Hunter.
Where'd you go to high school, Jane?
I went to Visitation Academy.
Thank you very much.
And he
graduated 1949?
Nice. Says the old crowd. Just hysterical. So, but what he did say, and he did actually say something very inspiring. Julius Hunter did at my graduation. He said, if you're ever looking for a helping hand, look at the bottom of your arm. And to this day, I remember that from my high school graduation. And so, he sat quiet. He hasn't jumped in. And so I sort of appreciate that he came in and sort of shut this down. And I hope Larry's, goofy 15 minutes are over. He has that blog where he talks about conspiracy and earworms. And, it just sort of...
Well, what's all this hating on Larry Connors here?
Well, it's just nonsense. It's not real debate. It's not real discussion. And I'd like him to go away.
Majority Leader John Deal, would you like to chime in on Hunter versus Connors?
Man, I just woke up. Boy, yawn.
Exactly.
Wait a minute.
Right.
You can
I
criticize.
better go get some more coffee. Beyonce, I don't have a clue of what you're talking about.
You can criticize other people on this show, but you can't criticize this show while you're on this.
No, not at all. No. I'm just saying. Maybe it's the board part of it. I guess I had a thought though. If we could raise money maybe for Freeman Bosley, we could do a UCF fight between those two.
Well, I
Stick
think
them in a cage and give the money to Bosley's daughter to go to college.
with all these people filing discrimination claims in the state, I'd like to see a list of all the people who file these claims. So as an employer, I can see who's filing all these claims, and then I can decide whether or not I want to hire them.
Hey, you know what? It is a real problem, and actually, I can now tie this into a policy decision. We've passed several times employment discrimination reform in this state. To help get rid of some of these frivolous suits and to help stem some of those off, and the governor's vetoed it several times because he can't say no to trial lawyers.
Okay. Well,
actually, he's vetoed it because it's a horrible bill because you're not trying to actually do it. You're
if
trying to make it easier for
they
workers
would
to be
not think
fired.
it is.
But here's what's great, and John, I think you missed the sneaky little point that our host McGraw-Milhaven was making, and that is that the anti-database tinfoil crowd in the Missouri House did pass a bill this year that creates a new database that allows employers to go in and look at workers' comp claims for future workers to make it just a little bit harder, take a little bit more freedom away from those poor folks.
I'm sure that's why they did it.
But with all of this, Larry Connors,
that's exactly what the debate was. That's a great summary.
With all this Larry Connors, Julius Hunter debate, The fact that Larry Connors is talking makes great copy. We can all agree with that. But
Right.
Nobody knew that Vicki Newton made more money than Larry Connors. I would have lost my shirt. I would have bet Larry Connors made way more money than Vicki Newton.
Good. I'm glad she does.
All right.
It's a personal opinion.
All right. So
Channel 4 intrigue.
So all of this, women getting paid less in the workplace clearly isn't true. Vicki Newton's getting paid more.
Really, you're just going to say that? You're just going to blanket say that? Wow,
Hey,
McGraw, get a grip, sir.
Ladies,
Please.
all right. How come all these other oblong table shows no one criticizes the host? How come you guys are always criticizing the host
Hey,
here?
the board meeting is real conversation, baby.
The board, that's
Shooting
right. You
fish
hear
in
it
a
all.
barrel.
Hang tight. We'll come back with our parting shots. We've got State Majority Leader John Deal, Jane Duker, former Chief of Staff and Editorial Page Editor Tony Messenger. It's the board meeting and our final word next on the Big 550 KTR.